You shape your life.
What if I told you that right now, at this very moment, you have more power than you think? What if the secret to transforming your entire existence was already in your hands? Most people go through life believing they're passengers. But today, you'll discover the truth. You're not a passenger, you're the driver. Stay with me for the next 10 minutes, because by the end of this video, you'll never see your life the same way again. This is about taking control. This is about shaping your destiny. This is about you. In this video, we will discuss some argument, real-life example, command, prohibition, analogy, micro-practice, example, life application, life rise, the decline of life to help you. The victim trap. Here's something that will shock you. 90% of people live their entire lives as victims of their circumstances. They blame their boss. They blame their parents. They blame the economy. They blame everything except the one person who actually has the power to change things, themselves. But you're different. You're here because deep down, you know the truth. You shape your life, no one else's. Argument 1, the power of personal responsibility. Let me ask you something. Who decides what you eat for breakfast? Who chooses the words that come out of your mouth? Who controls your thoughts right now? You do. Every single day, you make thousands of decisions. Small ones, big ones. Each decision shapes your reality. When you accept this truth, something magical happens. You stop being a victim. You start being a creator. Real life example 1. Oprah Winfrey's rise. Look at Oprah Winfrey. Born into poverty, faced abuse, had every excuse to give up, but she didn't blame her circumstances. She took control. She shaped her narrative. Today, she's one of the most influential people on. Not because of her circumstances, but despite them. She proved that you shape your life, no one else's. Command 1, take inventory. Right now, I want you to do something. Take inventory of your excuses. What have you been blaming for your current situation? Write it down. Look at it. Now ask yourself, how can I take control of this? Because here's the truth. Every excuse is just an opportunity in disguise. Argument 2, the choice architecture. Your life is built on choices, not circumstances. Choices. Rich or poor, happy or sad, successful or struggling. These aren't accidents. They're the result of accumulated choices. The person you are today is the sum of every choice you've made until now. The person you'll become tomorrow starts with the choice you make right now. Prohibition 1. Stop waiting for permission. Here's what you must never do again. Never wait for someone else to give you permission to live your life. Don't wait for your parents to approve. Don't wait for your friends to understand. Don't wait for the perfect moment. The perfect moment is now. The permission comes from you. Analogy 1, the garden metaphor. Think of your life as a garden. You are the gardener. If weeds grow, it's because you allowed them. If flowers bloom, it's because you planted them. You can't control the weather, but you can control what you plant. You can control how you tend your garden. A beautiful garden doesn't happen by accident. It happens by design. Your design. Argument 3, the mindset shift. Most people have a fixed mindset. They believe their abilities are set in stone. They say things like, I'm not good at math, or I'm not a people person. But you must develop a growth mindset. You must believe that you can improve. You can learn. You can change. When you shift from I can't to I can learn, everything changes. Small exercise 1, the control circle. Draw 2 circles. A big one and a small one inside it. In the small circle, write everything you can control. Your attitude, your effort, your choices. In the outer circle, write everything you can't control. Other people's opinions, the weather, the past. Focus only on the inner circle. That's where your power lives. Argument 4, the responsibility paradox. Here's something counterintuitive. The more responsibility you take, the more freedom you gain. When you blame others, you give them your power. When you take responsibility, you reclaim it. Yes, it's scary. Yes, it's hard. But it's the only path to true freedom. Real life example 2. Nelson Mandela's transformation. Nelson Mandela spent 27 years in prison. 27 years. He could have emerged bitter, angry, seeking revenge. Instead, he chose forgiveness. He chose unity. He didn't let his circumstances define him. He defined himself. He shaped his response. And in doing so, he shaped the nation. Command 2. Own your story. Starting today, own your story. All of it. The good parts and the bad parts. Stop editing out the difficult chapters. Stop making excuses for the plot twists. Your story is yours to write. But first, you must own what's already been written. Argument 5, the action imperative. Thinking is important. Planning is valuable. But nothing changes without action. You can read every self-help book. You can watch every motivational video. But until you act, nothing happens. Small actions compound. Daily disciplines determine your destiny. Prohibition 2. Don't wait for motivation. Never wait for motivation to take action. Motivation is unreliable. It comes and goes like the weather. Instead, build systems. Create habits. Take action even when you don't feel like it, especially when you don't feel like it. Analogy 2, the sculptor's art. A sculptor doesn't create by adding. A sculptor creates by taking away. Your life is like a block of marble. Your potential is already inside. You just need to chip away everything that isn't you. Every no you say to distractions is a yes to your dreams. Argument 6, the environment factor. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. This isn't just a saying, it's a scientific fact. If you want to change your life, change your environment, change your influences. Surround yourself with people who challenge you, who inspire you, who believe in your potential. Small exercise 2, the influence audit. List the 5 people you spend the most time with. Next to each name, write whether their influence is positive, negative, or neutral. If you have more negative influences than positive ones, it's time to make changes. Your environment shapes you, but you choose your environment. Argument 7, the failure reframe. Most people fear failure, but failure isn't the opposite of success. It's part of success. Every failure teaches you something. Every setback reveals something about your character. The most successful people aren't those who never fail. They're those who fail forward. Application in life, the 90-day challenge. Here's how to apply this immediately. Choose one area of your life you want to change. Commit to working on it for 90 days. Not next week, not next month. Starting today, 90 days of consistent action will transform any area of your life. The rise, from victim to victor. When you truly embrace that you shape your life, something incredible happens. You stop complaining and start creating. You stop reacting and start responding. You stop surviving and start thriving. This is your rise. From victim to victor. From passenger to driver. The fall, the cost of inaction. But here's what happens if you don't take control. Life takes control of you. You drift. You settle. You accept mediocrity as inevitable. Years pass, opportunities disappear, regret accumulates. Don't let this be your story. Argument 8. The time reality. Time is your most valuable resource. You can't save it. You can't store it. You can only spend it. Every moment you spend blaming is a moment you're not creating. Every hour you spend complaining is an hour you're not improving. Time doesn't wait for anyone, including you. Command 3. Start now. Not tomorrow, not next week, now. Take one small action right now that moves you toward the life you want. Send that email, make that call, take that first step. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Take yours now. Argument 9, the legacy question. One day, you'll be gone. What will remain? What impact will you have made? Will people remember you as someone who made excuses or someone who made a difference? Your legacy starts with the choices you make today. Small exercise 3, the deathbed test. Imagine you're 90 years old looking back on your life. What would you regret not doing? What would you regret not trying? Now, work backward from that vision. What needs to change today? Argument 10, the ripple effect. When you take control of your life, you don't just change yourself, you inspire others. Your family sees your transformation. Your friends notice your growth. Strangers are influenced by your example. You shape your life, but your life shapes other lives too. Final command, make the decision. Right now, make a decision. Decide that from this moment forward, you will no longer be a victim of your circumstances. You will be the architect of your destiny, the author of your story, the sculptor of your life. This is your moment. This is your choice. This is your life. What we learned from this video, let's recap what we discovered together today. First, you learned that personal responsibility is personal power. When you take ownership, you take control. Second, you discovered that your choices, not your circumstances, determine your destiny. Third, you understood that action beats intention every single time. Fourth, you realized that your environment shapes you, but you choose your environment. Fifth, you learned that failure is feedback, not defeat. Finally, you discovered that time is your most precious resource, and every moment counts. These aren't just concepts. They're tools. Use them. You shape your life, no one else's. This isn't just the title of today's video. It's the fundamental truth of human existence. Right now, you have a choice. You can close this video and go back to your old patterns. Or you can decide that today is the day everything changes. The power is in your hands. It always has been. The question is, what will you do with it? If this video inspired you to take control of your life, subscribe to this channel. Hit that notification bell. Share this message with someone who needs to hear it. Remember, you don't find your life, you create it. One choice at a time. One day at a time. One moment at a time. The time is now. The person is you. The life is yours to shape. Thank you for watching. Now stop watching and start doing. Your future self is counting on the decisions you make today. Make them count. Thank you for spending these few minutes with us today. We hope something here touched your heart and reminded you of your own strength. Now we want to hear from you. Drop a comment below. What part spoke to you the most? How will you carry it into your life? Your voice matters. And when you share, you inspire more than you know. If this video gave you value, please like, subscribe, and pass it on to someone who might need this message today. Your support means the world to us. It helps us keep creating content that uplifts, encourages, and empowers. Until next time, stay inspired, stay growing, and never stop believing in your dream. Thank you.